that race response. You guys use sentence starters, you guys use evidence, you guys are amazing at the race format. So today we're meeting about inferences. And I don't think I did a really great job on explaining inferences to you guys. So I'm going to say it in a different way so that maybe we'll understand it a little better. So an inference is kind of like a judgment. So when you make an inference, you have an opinion about what the author is saying in the text. So I put an inference up here about what we read, and I want you to evaluate it. So I want you to talk about what this means, and if there's evidence in the text to support this inference. Okay? So, someone talk to me, someone talk to the group.
I think they were treated unfairly. I agree because it says right here that they hold camps and they didn't help them.
I can go on what Brian said because I could say that an inference that I can make is that Cherokee Indians were treated unfairly because the USA troops was kicking out the Cherokee Indians from their homes and forced them to separate because they didn't want to, so they separated the families.
Also, the army didn't let them go in there. They didn't let go in to live together.
Okay, so how does that tell you that they were treated unfairly? So you guys are telling me good text evidence. How?
I told them that they are treated unfairly because they're not letting them live inside where they can be safe and everything, and they doesn't let them go inside, so they're not safe where they are.
I also can build on what Brian says because the USA troops are not treating the Cherokee Indians unfairly. Fair because since they were kicking out from their home and they want all the space in the Cherokee Indians. I agree with Cherokee and Brian because they were not treated unfairly because they kicked them out of their homes and they needed all the space for themselves, so they're kind of being selfish. I agree with Fabiola because they kicked the Cherokee out of their house and they took it for themselves, and I don't think that's fair because they need a home.
Alright, so you guys agree that kicking them out wasn't fair, right? That's why they were treated unfairly. Is there any other evidence that suggests that they were treated unfairly?
Oh well, it also says almost one of every 5 Cherokees died. Because that's something to know that they have been treated unfairly.
So they had to go on a journey I also think that they were not being the Cherokee were not being treated fairly because they split the Indians. No. The U.S. troops split their families, and I wouldn't like to be split from my family. I don't think they were either.
It's like splitting something in half.
I also think they are treated unfairly because the USA troops took them out of the homes and they didn't even do anything. They didn't give them another home. They didn't give them a place to live.
They just keep stealing them.
So do you see how you guys felt an opinion about what the author was telling you? And you said how unfair it was? right, so now I want you to read your inferences to yourself right now, and I want you to discuss the difference between this inference up here and what you have on your paper. So why don't you take about 30 seconds to read your inferences really quickly. Whenever you're ready, you can start. Or talk about why your inference, like what makes your inference different than this one.
I think mine's different because mine's talking about the journey, like how they took a journey and how 5 turkeys died throughout the journey.
So how is that different than this one up here?
Actually, I don't think that's different because it's kind of like it's like unfair to them.
All right,
Not fair to them.
someone build on that.
Well,
I think that the way that I think mine is different from the one on the board is because that one is about how the Cherokee Indians were treated unfairly, but mine is about how they refused to leave their homes.
well, mine is almost the same because they are being kicked out from the homes and being killed. So that's being treated unfairly because they're splitting families.
Okay.
My inference is different. Well, my inference is that the USA troops wanted all this space, and then that inference can relate to that inference on the board because that's actually a detail of them being unfair.
I agree with Estrella because wait, did you say it was not like the board or was it? It was like the board? Yeah, I agree with her because it's unfair to them that they lose their home. And
So what did you say about that detail?
About that, well, if you had a main idea and detail, one of the details would be, the main idea would be that Cherokee Indians were treated unfairly, and one of the details could be that they kicked them out of their home.
Huh? All right. So what I'm hearing, that you guys were awesome, that you all wrote details as to why the Indians were treated unfairly, right? So what makes this an inference then? What did I say in the beginning? What makes it an inference?
It's something that would be
You kind of had,
like what you think, like what the author, I think that is what the author wants you to feel.
what the author wants you to feel.
I would like to build on that because I agree with you that the author wants us to feel how they're being treated and everything. They telling us about what they doing to the Cherokee people to feel the feelings that's happening.
Anybody else? So you guys did a really awesome job. So now I want you to take what we did here, and I want you to remember the article Food for Focus we read? So I want you to make an inference about the section. Ooh, that was right. Food for Focus. So I want you to go back and I want you to reread the section Food for Focus, and I want you to answer the same question. What inference can you make about the section titled Food for Focus, and what are some details to support your answer? So you're going to be using race responsible. It's on page 11.